You know, one of the most fun things working at SOSV is just hanging out and seeing the greatest new technologies and talking to the entrepreneurs who are bringing them to life. And I'm here today with Anton from Silana. And can you tell me a little bit what you do here?
Yes. We are Silana, robotics company from Austria. We located here last year, and what we are tackling is the fashion industry's biggest problems. How do we do it? With cutting-edge robotics.
What's the climate tech impact of this, and why should people care about reforming the textile industry for climate?
If you look deeper into the fashion industry, you see like the environmental impact it has is like very bad. Comes from super long shipping routes and overproduction, and that's what we are tackling. With our robots, we can reduce the overproduction, but also the biggest thing is nearshore the production back to Europe and back to the US.
This has real implications for the workforce as well, right?
Exactly, yeah. Right now, many of the fashion producers, they have the problem that when they want to produce in the US or Europe, they can't find the workforce. And that's where we are adding capacities to their production.
Yeah, so by bringing the production to the States, you're also enabling the manufacturing to happen here.
Exactly, yes.
And to Europe as well.
Yeah.
Great, well, thanks so much for what you're doing here. It's really amazing.
We're here at IndieBio San Francisco, and I have with me Adam Ahmad, co-founder of SpiralWave. Adam, why don't you tell the audience what's running behind us?
So here we got lining in a bottle. We demonstrated this, and it takes flue gas and converts it into methanol. It's a single-step conversion to methanol without having to capture the CO2, but I even got a much more exciting version. Over here, you see, it's the same version you saw there, but it's an elongated tube. That's because we make methanol directly from air. So this is the first reactor that's demonstrated to make fuel, specifically liquid fuel, from air without having to capture the CO2 first.
So if you've heard that world, no more capturing your CO2 as a separate step for making it into fuel.
Berardo, what do you do at Mimic Systems?
We are developing a heat pump without refrigerants. And the way that we do that is by leveraging solid-state technology. Now, the problem with refrigerants is that they are harmful chemicals. They pollute a lot. And so what we are doing is that we are bringing new technology. We use semiconductors to make hot or cold, and we package in a modular way.
I have to say, these look like the most natural looking air conditioning devices I've ever seen.
It's true, actually. We're paying a lot of attention to celebrate the technology and make it not just more sustainable, but also more beautiful. It's something that I think it's important to celebrate.
When will people be able to get these? Are they mostly being installed into units like commercially, or are you going to make them available to consumers eventually?
We are working on our first paid pilot. We are very excited about it. We are targeting the end of the year to deploy, and then hopefully to start launching in 18 to 24 months from now. Ideally, we would like to target initially real estate property managers, and potentially then in the future make it available to consumers.
And where will it first be deployed? In places like New York City and Newark? Or?
We have one pilot in British Columbia, in Vancouver, and we are also in discussion on a pilot in New York City.
Wonderful. Well, great work here. It has a really big environmental impact and global warming reduction. Thanks very much, Berardo. So I'm here now with Teresa from Nanoplume. Teresa, I know you've just started with IndieBio. What are you doing as a company, and what are you looking to progress to do?
So at Nanoplume, we're manufacturing super insulating materials, biomaterials, so I think that's an important part. The material itself has been around for a long time, has been used by NASA to insulate the Mars rover, for example, so it's really highly performant, but the process so far was not scalable. We are focusing on two types of innovation. One is on the material side, so we developed a new material formulation, much more durable, much cheaper. And on the other hand, we're developing a new process to develop this material.
So this will be a new form of insulation material that will be used for houses or for commercial cold shipping units or some things like that?
The long-term market is the built environment, where nowadays with all the regulatory changes coming up, the biomaterials are, I think, necessity in the future. But the material is like a platform product, so it can theoretically be used in many other use cases. For example, the cold chain could be another another interesting use case.
Yeah.
So it's about really energy efficiency, increasing energy efficiency, but also like protecting humanity long-term from the rising temperatures. So I said like a mitigation and also an adaptation component to it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for the work that you're doing. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sean.
We're here in IndyBio San Francisco. I've got with me CEO and co-founder of Michroma. Ricky, what have we got going on here in our lab?
At Michroma, we make food dyes using mushrooms. And this is the first industrial scale production we did. We are producing big chunks of colorants, as you can see. And this colorant is a super potent colorant to replace red 40, red number 3 in food applications, which are harmful for our health, and consumers are looking for more natural solutions. Here it's super dark, potent color. As you can see, applying water, it's
A tiny bit.
has a super strong concentration.
That's beautiful. Ricky, help the audience understand beyond the fact that red food dye, number 40 and number 2, those sound kind of problematic on its own, but help us understand a little more about why we need natural biocolorants in our economy.
These dyes are not only safe for consumption, but also very good in terms of performance, much higher than the current natural dyes that we have in the market. So more pH, thermal stable, and can be used in virtually all applications. So what we are bringing to the market is novel natural dyes that have better performance, that are produced in a more sustainable way, and still super good for our health.
I look forward to eating your products, Ricky.
Definitely.
I'm here with Chris Kantrowitz of Quorum Earth, and we look at many areas of decarbonization, and one of the areas is in improving the efficiencies of our agri-food system. Chris, what does Quorum Earth do?
Quorum Earth has developed a non-toxic biopesticide targeting the varroa mite, which is the main cause of bee colony collapse.
So you're trying to save the bees.
We are.
And this pesticide operates differently than other pesticides. It's very targeted.
Yes. We figured out how to take parts of the fungal kingdom and get them to genomically change themselves to have very specific traits like targeting a specific pest, having heat tolerance, having UV tolerance.
And then you're just able to drop these into hives, colonies of bees, and wipe out the fungal.
Yes. Well, yeah, basically the spores fall in, they hit the varroa mites, they start to eat them, and they die.
Simple.
Yeah.
And very impactful.
Nature killing nature.
The best way.